I was the head of marketing for a major multinational company, enjoying a hefty salary but also requiring frequent travel for my job. I often found myself staying in hotels more than my own home. One stormy night, as I was returning to my hometown from an important client meeting, heavy rain began to pour down, making it nearly impossible for my driver to navigate. Frustrated and soaked, I instructed my driver to pull over at the nearest hotel. The hotel appeared quite old, but on this remote highway, it was the only option. As I walked through the front doors, a blast of chilly air and the distant sound of thunder greeted me. I was immediately struck by the place's eerie atmosphere, and an unsettling feeling began to creep over me. The lobby was dimly lit, and the receptionist sitting behind the desk was an elderly woman with a stooped posture. Her eyes seemed unnaturally wide and unblinking, almost as if she hadn't slept in years. Her bony fingers slowly took my identity proof, and she handed me a tarnished brass key, which felt unusually cold to the touch. "Room 303, she mumbled in a raspy voice, her gaze never leaving mine. I thanked her and made my way to the old-fashioned elevator. The elevator itself looked ancient, with tarnished metal and flickering lights. A sense of unease began to settle in as I pressed the button for the third floor. The elevator doors groaned closed but then jerked to a halt, refusing to shut completely. I pushed the doors, but they resisted as though someone was holding them open. Panic started to bubble up as I tried to force the doors shut. Suddenly, I felt a chilling breath on the back of my neck. I spun around but found no one there. The elevator buttons, which had been illuminated, blinked out, plunging the tiny space into darkness. I fumbled for my phone to use its flashlight, but it was nowhere to be found. I was trapped in the pitch-black elevator with an eerie sensation of being watched. Desperation gripped me as I repeatedly pressed the third-floor button, but the elevator remained unresponsive. My racing heart was the only sound in the silence. Then, as abruptly as the darkness had descended, the lights flickered back to life, and the elevator continued its ascent. I emerged from the elevator on the third floor, gasping for breath, but something was amiss. The hallway seemed eerily distorted, the walls adorned with bizarre, unsettling paintings. The numbers on the room doors didn't make any sense: 303, 404, 505, 606, and so on, ascending in an inexplicable pattern. Fear clawed at my chest as I walked down the bizarre hallway, feeling like I had entered another dimension. My room, 303, appeared exactly as it should, but my unease continued to grow. The room was oppressively cold, and I noticed strange symbols etched into the wooden furniture. As I lay in bed, trying to shake off my anxiety, I heard faint whispers from the hallway. They were indistinct, yet undeniable. It was as though the walls themselves were murmuring secrets. Fearful, I decided to investigate. I stepped out into the hallway, following the soft whispers. They led me to a peculiar-looking painting. As I touched it, the wall seemed to ripple, revealing a hidden passage behind it. My heart raced as I entered the concealed corridor. The corridor led me deeper into the hotel, winding and twisting, and I soon lost track of time. The whispers grew louder, and I could make out words: "never leave," and "one of us." Panic seized me as I realized I was not alone in this eerie place. Eventually, I found myself in a grand chamber with a towering figure at its center. It was the same receptionist from earlier, but she had transformed into something otherworldly. She spoke in a chilling voice. "You are now one of us, bound to this hotel for eternity." In that moment, I understood the hotel's dark secret. It was a place where lost souls were trapped, unable to escape. I had unwittingly become a part of their spectral congregation. As the years passed, I watched the world outside change, but I remained trapped within the hotel's twisted corridors, unable to leave. My existence had become a never-ending nightmare, a prisoner of the hotel's malevolent forces. So, if you ever find yourself on a stormy night, seeking refuge in an old, mysterious hotel, be cautious. You might just become a permanent guest, a lost soul, forever bound to its haunted halls.